Welcome everyone, Dylan Gemelli here today with a brand new video for you. So I want to take a look at the entire WWE Universal Title picture and tell you everything that's wrong with it and what needs to get done to fix this situation. Look, I have always enjoyed watching Brock Lesnar, no doubt. Honestly, at WrestleMania, I was so hoping that he would win somehow, some way, although I thought it was next to impossible. I wanted him to stay. It's not Brock Lesnar himself that's the problem. I think most people enjoy him, although his matches are getting a little bland at this point. I mean, that match with AJ Styles was absolutely awesome. And honestly, I thought the match with Samoa Joe was really good, but it's kind of the same thing over and over, especially when he wrestles Roman Reigns. I get really sick of that entire feud and that entire thought. But there's a lot that could be done with him. But I also understand that he's very difficult, okay? And getting him to stay on TV, getting him to not try to, cause this, well, I'm going to go here if you don't give me this, or I'm going to go there if you don't give me that type of thing. Look, even if he goes back to UFC, he's got to get into that drug testing pool. It's going to be 6 months before he can even fight again, and he's not getting any younger, okay, at all. Already in his 40s, younger 40s granted, but still, what's the shelf life there on that? But how much longer could he still wrestle? He could wrestle a good 5-6 more years at least, okay? I mean, I've seen plenty of guys wrestle into their later 40s quite effectively. A lot of the best guys in the entire WWE right now are in their later 30s and early 40s and look fabulous. Look at Bobby Roode. He's one of the best, conditioned athletes on the roster, and he's right at 40. Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, they're all in their later 30s. So, it's not all of that, but the whole situation, the way that he's never on TV, the Universal title it's defended like 4 times a year. They go months and months without even doing anything with it or talking about it. And although there's always an allure if someone's not around for a little bit and they come back and wrestle, not when you're holding the title. I mean, you just had him break a record for, consecutive days holding the title, but he didn't even defend it. I mean, CM Punk defended it like that many times in a month or two, as many times as Brock Lesnar defended it over a year and a few months. So, they've got to do something different. And please, for the love of God, don't have Roman Reigns beat Brock Lesnar. Please, please, I am begging you. Stop it. It's not going to work. It's only going to make things worse than they already are. And I don't know why it's so hard to get that through the thick skull. Sometimes you just have to go, you know what, that didn't work and let's move on. There's so many guys that could take the reins right now and be the champion. Number 1 is Seth Rollins, who is right now the best worker in the company, hands down, the most electric matches, probably the most over with the crowd, aside from maybe Braun Strowman and Daniel Bryan. But in the situation right now, what they really should do is have a title for title match. That would be absolutely sweet. Have Seth Rollins wrestle Brock Lesnar, Intercontinental title versus Universal title. How many times have you really ever seen that? Not many. Hogan and the Warrior, okay. Do it. Do something like that. Or have Rollins lose the title to Elias at Money in the Bank, who Elias deserves a push, and then put Rollins right into the picture for a match at SummerSlam. Why did you waste Bobby Lashley? Why didn't you build him properly and put him in that opportunity? Drew McIntyre. Can you imagine Drew McIntyre wrestling Brock Lesnar? That would be sick. What better way to really say this is our guy? We already know Braun Strowman can beat anybody. And fine, that would even be great. He's got to win the title at some point. Why would you not let him beat Brock Lesnar? Why? Finn Balor. Why would you not give him a chance? At least to have a sweet match in there. He would be an awesome champion. Absolutely awesome. You could turn him heel even, because he was always a heel in New Japan and was one of the best. Even Bobby Roode, turn him heel. Give him a chance. There's so many guys that have that star power that could really lead this thing. And they're not getting opportunities. Everybody's just sitting around in the mid-card doing nothing in useless feuds and useless storylines. It's getting old. And the roster's so stacked. And they're just ruining it every single week. I don't understand what they're thinking or doing. Look, it's not working. I understand they've got the big money deals with Fox, and Ross got the huge deal, and that's why Fox had the opportunity to get SmackDown. I get all that, I get all that, I get all that. But don't run the product into the ground just because you got that. See, that's the problem when you lose competition. That's why when WCW was bought, and it was actually the worst thing for wrestling when they went out of business and ECW went out of business, because then the allure and the competition's gone. One thing going right now is that New Japan and, you know, Ring of Honor and everything with the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega, that Kenny Omega and Okada match was unbelievable. I mean, those matches are ridiculous. So that's going to push them. Jericho just won the Intercontinental title, you know, in New Japan. So obviously he's going to be over there. So this, and I don't know if anybody's familiar with that All In show that's coming up in Chicago, but that's sold out in 20 minutes. And they're talking about doing one in Madison Square Garden. That's what we need, is the competition there. Okay, but they've got to start doing something different. Something's got to change. And it's got to start with the Universal title. So, that being said, www.elitefitness.com/videos. You can see all of my old and new videos being uploaded daily, uncut and uncensored. www.isarms.com/forums. And dylan.isarms.com is where you can reach me with all questions and comments. So, that being said, stay tuned for plenty more to come. Dylan Gemelli, signing off.